Conservatives on board. We want to bring in Republican Congressman Steve King. He is a member of the Tea Party caucus. Sir, it's nice to have you on with us today. I want to get your reaction straight out of the gate to the change in the Boehner bill. How do you feel about it?
Well, I listened to every word that came out in conference this morning from everybody that spoke, and I listened carefully. And it came down to this for me, that this decision then on increasing the debt ceiling would be increased for a temporary period of time, next February perhaps. And then this discussion about a balanced budget amendment comes up then again. There's no guarantee that that passes. And the language for the balanced budget amendment is so broad and general that it could be a balanced budget amendment without any cap on the GDP percentage cap. It might not even be a supermajority to raise taxes. So I'm not moved by this. I think we have to make a decision as a nation on when, not whether, but when we're going to cut spending and when we will get discipline. I don't think this Congress is yet ready for this discipline that we need, but I can't vote for this today because we've got to get to that point when we're going to have the discipline to lay out the direction that actually gets us under control. And I don't know that this Congress will get to this point. We might need a new Congress before we have enough will. It takes a lot.
What is the discipline that you're referring to, though? Do you feel that the representation that the Tea Party is giving, that they are an undisciplined group not willing to listen to Speaker Boehner?
I think it's a different scenario than that. You have constitutional conservatives with a cause, including the Tea Party groups, the Project 912 people, the people that just stepped up and realized this nation has gone into a debt crisis, people that look at this proposal and realize that even if we accept this bill that's out here today, it does change the trajectory of the growth of our deficit slightly, and so that 10 years down the road we'll only owe $24 trillion instead of $25 trillion. That's all we've really done. We will sacrifice the standards of the Ryan budget to the tune of, and the only year that we really can count on is next fiscal year. The Ryan budget cuts $31 billion. This proposal roughly is $7 billion. So it's $24 billion less reduction in the overall budget authority. That's not enough to change this trajectory. It's not enough to say to the financial markets that we also should be thinking about establishing the long-term best interests of America. And I can tell you that I don't get the sense that Wall Street's looking at long-term best interests. I see them looking at quarterly reports. That's the difference, and some of us have to look to the destiny of America and to who's going to be paying this debt down the road. And that's really where this is right now. And I think that this bill that's before us, if it does go over to the Senate, there have been 58 senators that said they won't vote for something similar to this, if not this specific bill. So we get Harry Reid's bill of some other version, and I don't believe the Speaker will bring that to the floor in the House. I think there will be another thing beyond that. We'll be at this for a while, but I don't think it's an August 2nd crisis. This redefinition of the word default now seems to include when the U.S. runs out of borrowing authority, as opposed to in the extraordinarily unlikely event that the U.S. wouldn't service its debt. Yes, we will. It only takes the first dime out of each dollar to service our American debt, and that's $200 billion a month coming in. So it's not a hard break here August 2nd. We've got some time.
Congressman, you said that this is an undisciplined Congress and it may need an entire new Congress to get things moving. You're talking about, obviously, people getting out of there and new members coming in. Do you worry, though, that that's going to mean Tea Party members being ushered out in the elections to come, or the people that would be representing the Tea Party, that is, because America doesn't see that this is working, this dysfunctional back and forth between the two sides?
And I don't think we look at this and say that it's dysfunctional in that way at all. There are 87 new freshman Republicans. They came here to do a number of things. One of them was to repeal Obamacare. One of them was to get this spending under control. They still are a core of this conference that can lead us through this. We need more, not fewer people that have strong conviction. And I think that we'll see that come out of the other side of the aisle. And if we don't find it, we should remember that Congress is a reflection of the will of the American people. I'd actually like to see us go home and listen to the American people for the month of August and come back here. I think we'll be stronger, not weaker, when it comes to getting this spending under control.
Congressman Steve King, we apologize. We had a bit of a technical glitch right there. Thank you for your time, sir. We're going to let you get back to work.